Today is real talk. We're talking about stretch marks. I really wanted to talk to you guys about stretch marks. Now that I'm in my second trimester, almost in my third, this is the time where women typically get stretch marks during their pregnancy if they're going to get them. Now that's not the same for every woman. Some women get them earlier on, some women don't get them to the very end, and some women don't get them at all. So today I wanted to talk to you about not necessarily how to prevent them, although I will touch on that, but mainly how to cope and love and appreciate your body if you do get them. So first things first, 8 out of 10 women will get stretch marks during their pregnancy. So those 2 women out of the 10 who don't, hats off to them. But for the rest of us, we're going to get stretch marks, and that's okay. I feel really passionate about this topic because I am one of those 8 women. I did get stretch marks during my first pregnancy with my daughter Marley. I got them at the very end. I really thought I was in the clear and I wasn't going to get them, and then lo and behold, about 3 weeks, maybe 4, before I had my daughter Marley, I got them. I woke up one morning and it was like, bam, they were just there. They were dark. There was quite a few of them, and it really upset me. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that and how I coped with it, how I moved past it, and how now to this day I don't even think about them. Honestly, I don't. And I wanted to share that with you guys in case any of you are going through the same thing. Maybe you just woke up this morning with your first one and you're feeling really down about yourself. I wanted to share my story in hopes that it might make you feel better about your stretch marks as well. So one morning I woke up and I went to take a shower and saw my first stretch mark on my belly. And of course, as women, we are mortified of any imperfection on our body that we come across. There's so many imperfections that we as women, as moms, are just so hard on ourselves because we see these women who look so beautiful and so amazing, but what we forget, all of their imperfections have been blurred away because of editing, and that's just not realistic. So when I found my first stretch mark on my belly, I was mortified. I was so depressed. I felt insignificant. I felt ugly. I felt just sad. And it took me a while. It took me a long time to come to terms with it and to be okay with it. And you will heal. The stretch marks are permanent, but your mindset about them doesn't have to be. So after several weeks of just throwing myself a pity party and being so upset and thinking that it was the end of the world because I'd had a few stretch marks, I started to see the world around me. It made me take a step back. It helped me realize that there are such bigger things out there in the world than getting some stretch marks. Honestly, there really is. And if we focus on those things and focus on our blessings, the good things that we have in our life, it does make things like stretch marks or waking up with a zit on your face a little more manageable. I am lucky enough to have met my husband when I was 19. Him and I have been together since then. I'm 31 now, and our relationship is very strong, very happy. Don't get me wrong, we have our days, we have our moments that are not so great, but at the end of the day, I couldn't ask for anything better. And so I think about that, and I think about all the women out there who may not have gotten stretch marks during their pregnancy, and they have, you know, a perfect little belly still without any imperfections. Maybe they don't have somebody in their life that they love and care about and is always there for them and picks them up and makes them feel beautiful. And so I think about that. Okay, so I have stretch marks, but I have a husband who loves me no matter what. and thinks I'm beautiful no matter what, and honestly could care less that I have a few stretch marks. So that does make me feel better. Another thing that I think about that helps me cope with the stretch marks is that there are so many moms out there who don't have stretch marks but have complications with their pregnancy, or they have complications with their birth, or their baby ends up staying a few nights in the NICU or several months in the NICU. And I was lucky and fortunate enough to have a healthy pregnancy, a healthy smooth delivery, and a healthy beautiful baby. So at the end of the day, would I trade any of that to not have stretch marks? Absolutely not. I would never trade any of that, because these do not determine anything except for the fact that I had a beautiful baby. So I can't really be mad at that. And I just wanted to share that information with you guys because it does help me. That's not to say that, someone who's going through a hard time and had complications can't also get stretch marks. I understand that. But there's gotta be something in your life that you are grateful for and that you are extremely happy about, or that you pray to God every night, thanking God every night for what you do have. Just try to think about that. There's always gonna be an imperfection on your body that upsets you. And that's okay. We are all human. We're women at that. And so we overanalyze everything and think the worst, but nobody else is thinking that. So basically what I'm trying to say is there's always something to be thankful for and grateful for. And no matter what your body looks like, whether you have that zit on your nose or the bad haircut or the stretch marks, you are so beautiful. You are so worthy. You are still a great mom, a great daughter, a great wife. And none of that is going to change because you have a few stretch marks. And you're not alone. Like I said, 8 out of 10 women who are pregnant get them. And for those women who don't get them, that's great. They're so lucky. That's amazing. And we're all happy for them. But for the rest of us who do, that's okay too, and we should still be happy for ourselves, because you know what? We were pregnant for 9 months. We gave birth. Our body went through crazy stuff to have these beautiful babies, and if that's what we can take away from it to get that beautiful, healthy baby, so be it. So I'm sure none of you guys knew that I had stretch marks prior to this video, and now you do. And just think about that. Do you guys think of me differently? Do you view me differently? Do you think less of me because I'm telling you that I have them? I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you don't. And if you do, shame on you. But that's okay, because it's not going to affect my life at all. I'm still going to be happy and grateful for the family that I have, for the blessings that God has given me, and that's all that matters. So I hope you guys really enjoyed my story and how I overcame getting stretch marks. To some women, stretch marks are just inevitable. You're gonna get them. They say it's hereditary. It may or may not be. I know my mother, she didn't get any. She had 5 children. I have 1 child and I've got several. Weight gain definitely plays a part, and how quickly you gain your weight. To me, that's probably the only factual reasoning behind stretch marks, is when your skin stretches too fast, too soon, and you tear that skin, there's just no going back from that. So I feel like it's very important to manage your weight while you're pregnant. You don't have to eat for 2. Definitely watch what you're eating and how much you're eating, which is something that I personally did not do during my first pregnancy. Of course, most women don't when they're younger and it's their first pregnancy. You're just excited about being pregnant and you're not thinking about that. You're young and you're just excited to be pregnant, and that's okay. But if you do gain too much weight, it could result in stretch marks. Now, some women can gain just as much weight. I know I had friends who gained just as much weight as I did and didn't get any stretch marks. Every woman is different, just like every pregnancy is different. So if you maintain a healthy lifestyle while you're pregnant and you don't gain that much weight, you probably don't have anything to worry about. But if you have gained quite a bit of weight, or you just, you're hungry and you have cravings and you want to, dabble in and eat a little bit more, that's okay too. But just remember, there's not a special cream. There's not a magic cream that's going to prevent you from getting stretch marks. I can attest to that. When I had my first pregnancy, I was so worried about getting stretch marks. It was like my biggest thing that I worried about, honestly. And I'm almost embarrassed to say that, you know. I mean, I did worry about the baby and I wanted her to be healthy and all of that jazz, but I definitely worried about getting stretch marks a lot. More than I should have, honestly. So I bought the bio oil, I bought the cocoa butter, I bought all these things and I rubbed it on my belly every single day, and I still got them. A lot of women still get them. It took me a while to understand and appreciate my stretch marks. And if you just recently found your first one, or you're coping with that right now, you need to go through that process. But once you're done feeling sad, just think about all of the things that you have to be grateful for. Maybe you're in a happy, committed relationship or marriage. Maybe your pregnancy has been a breeze up until this point and everything is healthy. Your baby's healthy. Maybe you had a smooth, safe delivery and your baby is healthy and you just got to bring him or her home. All of that makes up for the fact that you got stretch marks. You just have to keep remembering all the blessings that you have in your life, because at the end of the day, it's just a tiny imperfection on your body, just like a zit or a bad haircut. Now, the zit and the haircut may go away eventually. The stretch marks are always going to be there, unfortunately, but it's just a reminder of, you know, how great you do have it in other areas of your life. So when you look down at your belly and you see those stretch marks, think about the blessings. Make that the thing that helps you count your blessings. You know, like I've got these stretch marks, but I have a healthy baby at home. You know, I have a husband that loves me. I have a great relationship. I have a beautiful home to come home to every day. Those things help you be okay with those imperfections, because there are other women out there who don't have the blessings that you have and would rather have those stretch marks. Again, when I first got them, you couldn't have told me anything to make me be okay with them. That's how upset I was, and I understand that. But there will come a day where you're okay with it, I promise. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, so it's only a matter of time before that day comes for you where you're okay with it and you just don't think about it anymore. But if you do want to try to prevent them, the oils, the lotions, there's no pills out there, vitamins, none of that is gonna work. Save your money. Eat healthy, watch how much you eat. You don't need to eat for two. And I'm sure by the end of your pregnancy, you will be just fine with 0 stretch marks. But girl, if you do get them, remember, it's okay. You're not the only one that has them. There are so many women out there who you probably view as beautiful. They probably have them too. And if they're not on their belly, they're on their legs, they're on their hips, their butt, their boobs, even like in the inner thigh. Women get them there a lot too. So there's more than just one area. So just remember, you're not in this alone. And I hope this brings you a little peace and comfort to know that several of us get them. It's completely normal and it's okay. We are still beautiful with our stretch marks. So to all of you mamas out there who are rocking some stretch marks every day, good for you guys. I'm right there with you and we're doing all right. As I am approaching my 3rd trimester, this is typically when women start to see stretch marks. I haven't started seeing any for this pregnancy yet because I am really trying to watch my weight during this pregnancy and how much I eat and what I eat. But if I do end up getting some more, you know what? That's okay. I will count my blessings and move on because it's life. Well, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed making this video for you, even though it did bring me out of my comfort zone a little to talk about stretch marks. It's so taboo to talk about, but I really wanted to bring this to light because women don't talk about it. I didn't know of anyone who really had them when I got them, which is why I think it made me feel even more upset that I did get them, because I just assumed nobody else had them, but people don't talk about it. So I wanted to bring some more light on it and to share that with you guys. guys. So if you are experiencing this for the first time, that you know that it's okay. We all get them and it doesn't define us, doesn't define our character, and we still have so many other things to be grateful for in our lives. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you got stretch marks during any of your pregnancies and how you handled it and dealt with it. Thank you so much for watching again, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.